Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to talk a little bit about this Final Fantasy 16 story that's been going around social media, where the producer denying existence of a PC version of the game, asking fans to buy the PlayStation 5 to play the game. We'll talk all about that. Speaking of Square Enix, want to give you guys a bit of an update on Forspoken and why I am very skeptical of this game for a plethora of reasons, and I would probably say wait to pre-order this game. And, you know, pre-ordering games is kind of a meme, but then you can make the argument, hey, on Steam there's refunds. Whatever, we'll talk about it and I'll go over it. But first of all, Final Fantasy 16, the producer noted something and the translation noted, I don't know, people are talking about a PC version, but no one has said anything about a PC version. Why are they making it sound as if a PC version will be out in 6 months? Said Naoki Yoshida during a Final Fantasy 14 live stream. He apologized and later saying that he kind of went overboard with the comment, but he wants the fans to experience the game as the development team did their best to get it out. Now, obviously, the Final Fantasy 16 on PC rumors have been going on for a long time. When FF16 was initially announced, I want to say it was the State of Play back in 2020, there was a little bit of text that said this game was captured on PC, and then I believe it was Sony or Square Enix went back and said that was an error, and they were just carrying over the template from the previous trailer that they showed at the event, or something to that effect. So people were like, alright, it's a PS5 exclusive. And then we got a new trailer that noted this game is a PlayStation 5 exclusive for 6 months. Okay, that's like all you need to say at that point, that at some point this game is eventually going to be coming, maybe not to PC, but to other platforms. Probably to PC, because the same thing happened with the Final Fantasy VII remake, and it never even came out on Xbox, actually. It just came out on PC, and I don't know what the deal is with that game coming to Xbox. Maybe it'll come at some point to Xbox, but in the case of FF16, I honestly would not be too worried about thinking this game isn't going to be coming to PC. If I had to put like a percentage on it, I am like 90% confident that Final Fantasy 16 is going to be on PC. You look at Square Enix's portfolio, what games don't actually come to PC? I mean, even a game like Forspoken that Sony paid for, they only got console exclusivity on that game. They didn't even get full exclusivity, and in the case of FF16, that's a game that I'm sure Sony would, you know, ball out on and spend the bread to get it as a full-timed exclusive for their platform. And Sony and the PC, they have like a weird relationship where it's like, yeah, they want you on PlayStation ideally, but when time comes, they'll put their games on PC to generate that extra amount of revenue. In the case of FF16, it's probably one of those games they want to keep in their back pocket and be like, hey, we got this on PlayStation right now, buy a PlayStation. And it's going to be one of those games that's perceived as a PlayStation exclusive for a long time, at least until it comes to PC. Now, what I am more interested in is Square Enix gonna play the Square Enix game? Meaning, with FF7 Remake, I mean, they got mileage out of that game, because what happened was FF7 Remake came out back in March of 2020 on PlayStation 4 as a one-year timed exclusive. Not only that, come June of 2021, they released Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade with a 6-month timed exclusivity. After that was only when we got the PC release. Oh, but hold up, it was a 6-month timed exclusive to the Epic Game Store. They're just generating revenue along the way with the FF7 remake as they are releasing the game on a variety of different platforms. And honestly, like, yes, you could say that's anti-consumer. When I saw this unfolding before my eyes, I was like, yo, I gotta give them props. Like, they know how much people want Final Fantasy VII, and they're like, nah, brah, we're gonna get everything we can out of it. And not only that, the FF7 remake is gonna be 3 parts, and you know for damn sure that they're gonna do this again with Rebirth and again with Part 3, which is just... Yo, at some point it gets so egregious that it's just funny. Like, it's just funny with the FF7 remake, in my opinion. And now, the FF7 remake is on Steam, and I would be so curious to see how that game performed on Steam versus how that game performed on the Epic Game Store, and how much money was exchanged for that timed exclusivity, that 6-month timed exclusivity period. And honestly, how much money was exchanged along the way. Like, how much money did Square Enix generate off the FF7 remake with the exclusivity deals before they even sold any copies of the game? Like, was it to a point where, I'm not gonna say they made their money back on the game with all the exclusivity deals, but man, they probably made a significant portion of it back. And maybe they did make their money back. Again, I don't know how those deals work and just how much money Square Enix got for that. that chain of timed exclusivity, but nonetheless, it kind of went on a tangent, but I feel like I have to reiterate that whenever I talk about Square Enix, just because it's so funny. It's so funny to me. I get like other people are upset about it, and rightly so. You can be upset about it. It's just like, I've seen stuff like this play out so many times that at that point, like, with how much Square Enix got out of FF7 Remake, I was just like, alright, this is like kind of humorous at this point. Nonetheless, there you go with that. Again, I would be of the mindset that Final Fantasy 16 is probably most likely going to be on PC. I would put it 90-95% chance. A game we know that's coming from Square Enix and will be on PC is Forspoken. It'll be coming January 24th. Now, right off the rip, we know that this game is going to have Denuvo, so that is going to be something that is going to push a lot of people away. It's going to upset a lot of people. I would be very, very cautious with this game. I would, like, temper your expectations a little bit, especially from a PC port standpoint. This is coming from Luminous Productions. It looks to be a very technically impressive game. The Final Fantasy 15 PC port had its fair share of issues at launch. Like, at this point, from my experience, it works really well, but I remember at launch, that game had quite a few issues. It looks fantastic on PC, don't get it twisted. Luminous Production games are gonna look really good. Also, bear in mind that Forspoken is a game that on the performance mode on PlayStation 5 does not maintain a consistent 60 frames per second. At heavier scenes, it will drop to 40, around that range, around the 40 range. Also bear in mind that this is a $70 game, so, like, they're asking for a pretty penny. Even if you buy it from a GMG, you're still gonna be paying, $58 or around that range. So, it's gonna be expensive. And on top of that, I think the most telling sign of it all, we are 2 weeks away from the release of this game. No PC system requirements. That is something, to me, immediate red flag. This could end up being the best port in the world, but the fact we don't have PC system requirements 2 weeks away from the release of the game tells you something. You want to know what game does have PC system requirements? Let's look it up. Hogwarts Legacy has PC system requirements. Dead Space Remake has PC system requirements. Hogwarts Legacy comes out on February 10th, Dead Space Remake comes out on January 27th. Both of those games have minimum and recommended requirements. I don't know if you go even further than that. Let's look up a game like Atomic Heart. Does that game have PC system requirements? That's February 20th. Atomic Heart, in fact, has PC system requirements. So, we can go down the list. I don't think this has PC system requirements yet. Oh my god, it does. Wild Hearts has PC system requirements. That's February 16th. Atomic Heart is February 20th. Let's look up, I know the Resident Evil 4 remake has PC system requirements, but that's not as fair because that's a game that I believe they just are copying the Resident Evil Village system requirements, so like that's not anything too crazy. I think like Last of Us Part 1 doesn't have PC system requirements, so that's an early March game. So the major titles in February and late January all do have system requirements. In the case of Forspoken, 2 weeks before release, no PC system requirements. What's going on here? We should get those system requirements as soon as possible, and I am basing this off of just looking at the Steam page. Again, all of those aforementioned games have system requirements. Forspoken does not have a system requirements, and that's been something I've been waiting for these system requirements to come out because I want to talk about them, and obviously this game from a technical standpoint is very, very impressive. The particle effects, the environmental effects, the magical abilities, those all look really great in this game, and immediately from my standpoint, I'm like, alright bro, let's see how this game runs on PC. You know what I'm saying? And also, I mean, this is kind of a regular thing where PC doesn't get game demos of a game. I mean, the One Piece Odyssey demo just dropped. PC didn't get it, but Forspoken doesn't have the demo available on PC either. So it's not like you're going to be able to play that and get a gauge for how this game is going to run. Just something important to keep your eyes on. Be cautious of Forspoken. I'm excited for the game, cautiously excited, cautiously optimistic, but man, the fact it doesn't have system requirements, that's gonna make me a little bit pessimistic because wasn't it the Callisto Protocol that got a big system requirement info drop like the day before release or 2 days before release? And we all know how that ended up, so again, be very, very cautious when picking up Forspoken. Steam refunds is a thing, so if it's a train wreck, you'll be able to get your money back, but this is something that like, I keep refreshing the Forspoken Steam page, like, every week or so, or every, like, 4 or 5 days, honestly. I'm like, are the system requirements posted yet? And they're just not, so something to be mindful of. I'm not gonna say, like, there's no way to know if it's gonna be a bad port, but the fact we don't have a demo to gauge, the fact that we don't have system requirements, those aren't good signs. The demo thing is what it is. Like, PC doesn't get demos a lot of the times. The system requirement thing, and the fact that, FF15 was a thing, like, that game ended up, now it's, like, pretty okay, but initially I remember it having quite a few issues. But that'll do it for me. Again, Final Fantasy 16 producer is denying the existence of a PC version for now. I think it was kind of a joking statement. I think he just wants people to buy the game, given that they poured their heart and soul into the game, and it's not like Naoki Yoshida is making these exclusivity deals. That's a higher-up Square Enix thing. And Forspoken, again, staying on the topic of Square Enix, be very, very cautious about this game. That's all I'm going to say. Should be cautious about every game, but we just outlined it. Dead Space Remake, Hogwarts Legacy, Wild Heart, Atomic Heart, Resident Evil 4, all have system requirements. Forspoken doesn't. Food for thought there. That'll do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace! Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.